Hey guys, today we're going to go over the select command, and we're going to go over object, window, drawing, invert, and clear selection. And the ones on the right side that are highlighted you'll see in a second. I'm probably not going to go over most of those because you use those on a daily basis already with commands like object move, object erase, window rotate, things like that. So we're going to start with art to Bezier, and I had to look that up on how to pronounce it. So you type in SE and bring up your select command box. So I'm going to hit object, and as you can see where I'm clicking, it's turning green. On yours it will probably turn red. I have some of my colors changed just because I use a black screen normally. So I'm clicking window, drawing a box around my object or drawing to select it, clearing the selection. Now when you hit drawing, it selects everything that's on your screen, and that's out of screen and on screen. It's the entire drawing. Now here, if you hold down shift and click the outer line or even an inner line, it will highlight the entire connecting line. So if there's any breaks, that's where it will stop. And this, I'm just going to show you clicking invert. It will deselect the line that you clicked, and now you can choose what to do with those inner lines. So I'm just hitting erase just to show you. But you could also rotate those inner lines, make them bigger or smaller. And now I'm going to show you how to use art to Bezier, which was extremely difficult and never worked for me. Just watch and you'll see. I tried it both ways, and neither way worked. I'll show you again, and I'll use the other one that I didn't choose. Art to Bezier, the quadratic, and that one did not work either. So just showing you, maybe it works for you. You can try it out and see. But I really don't have any use for that, but I wanted to show. This is pretty cool. Auto trim, I'm doing a window. You could also do the object and select each one, but it's going to trim all those lines to where they connect, and you're going to extend your max distance, your trim distance. I just put it on this as far as it will go, and it's going to trim these to where they're supposed to be. Hit update and OK, and you see how they nice and clean trim now. And you can also trim to objects that aren't touching as long as they're within that max distance range. And auto trim, you can see I've got it all the way up, and hit update, and it trims even the ones that weren't touching. So that's a pretty cool little tool. Bezier to arc, I use this one quite often importing files. As you can see, the Bezier is right there. It will turn these into just 3-point arcs. But you can also use WV and BA to do this. I'll draw a window around it. Bezier to arc. And I just keep it on 100%. And I'll show you right up here. You can see those are 3-point arcs now. So that will cut better on your cutter. And you can also do the line convert. Sometimes straight lines that come from imported drawings won't move correctly, so I use the line convert too, just to make sure everything's changed over to where it will cut the nicest. And here I'm going to show you how to take a component. So I clicked object, it selected my component. This is where you can use mirror, copy, erase, explode, things like that. Here I'm going to change the color. You can also use WG to change the color. And on the change, you can also change your line width if you're having trouble seeing your lines. It will not cut this thick, it's just thicker on your screen. And you can also change your lines to dots and dashes, things like that. So you see it's nice and thick, much easier to see. Here I'm going to show you how to quickly put a V-line panel around an entire die. So we're going to use inline, and you're going to choose the distance from the edge that you're wanting. So there's an outline and an inline, but we're going to do the inline because we want a panel. And I've got some that are already preset in here for my V-lines and my double V-line panels. So I'm just going to change this to 1.25 inches just to show you. Hit update. And it gives us an 1.25 inch panel. So now we're going to go back in. And we're going to add our V-line. And we're eventually going to make this a double V-line panel. But I'm going to choose 0.1. That's our normal V-line size. You put in whatever your V-line size is. So now we have a V-line. Same thing again, inline, and I'm going to do the 1/4 inch to make a double V-line panel for my frosted border. And now we're just going to add our last V-line. You can also do this with panels, outlining roses, which I'll show you later, outlining simple designs. It works fairly well. Here we're going to do the intersection break. This works great for when you're drawing fences or anything that intersects many times. And you'll see the construction points. So all those little points are the ends of lines. So that it broke all those little lines. I'm going to show you where they're broken. And you would do window erase right here and erase all those sections so that you get a complete V-line. Window erase. So anywhere there is a construction point, that is where a line ends. So you would just continue on and erase all those intersections where it broke. And you have a nice V-line. Like I said, this works great for fences, design work, even curves that intersect a lot. And here we're going to use the offset tool. And you can move your mouse up and down to fix your offset, or you can type in how far you want it away from your line. And if you're on the outside, it's going to go outside that line. If you move it towards the inside of the heart, it will go the inside of that line. So I'm doing a 1/4 inch and hitting enter. And now you have a 1/4 inch line. And then we're just going to use auto trim up here again. So you would SE. Use object, shift, or click each one, but holding down shift will select that whole outline too. And object trim, and now you have a complete bar. So here we're going to outline this rose, and this is where you can get into rounded corners, clipped corners on your roses. So I select outline. I'm going to choose my V-line size, which is 0.1, and normal will give you pointed ends. You'll see right there, and sometimes that's fine. You can also go in and adjust those points to where you like them, and rounded will give you rounded ends. So it's a little cleaner, just depends on what you like. Here we're going to do SE sort that window, draw it around on my first marker, and I'm going to click the bottom right corner, because when I turn it on its side, when I'm cutting it, it's going to cut from that bottom right corner. Sorting helps to speed up the cutter. You click accept. When you sort or drawing, it helps to speed up your cut file instead of your cutter going all over the place. This will start it in one corner. You don't have to sort lettering groups, and when you make components, you can go ahead and sort those, and then you won't have to sort them in the future. I'll show you here. We're going to do window cut. You can also use DC. So we're just choosing what we're cutting. I'm going to rotate it for 24 inches. And it's going to start on that bottom left corner, cut that whole marker, and then go to the next marker, instead of cutting both markers and then cutting the outline and then cutting the lettering and then coming back and cutting one flower and kind of being all over the place. It will cut a lot faster going in an order. So I'm going to save my cut file, and that's ready to go. And this right here will show you how to sort your components before you make them. I'm drawing a window around it. Click sort, and I'm just going to click a bottom corner. Hit accept, and now you can make your component. So again, SE or CC, which is component create. Hit OK. Create the name that you're going to call your component. Enter your reference point, and I normally hit the center or the bottom center. Hit save, and masters only. And that's all for this one. It's pretty simple. Go in there, try it out, test things, and see what you think. See you next time. Bye.